Well, my name is Benny Prasad and I am very much part of Bangalore. I was born on 6th of August 1975 to amazing parents. My father was an aerospace scientist, and being the firstborn in the family, unfortunately in our culture, they expected me to become like my father. And they've completely forgotten that the potential of the child is very different from the expectation of the society. And I had no right to choose what I wanted to become. All that they wanted me was to become like my father. I was born with asthma, and from the age of 2 till the age of 16, I was on wrong medication. I still remember about 5,000 injections went through my body from the age of 5 till the age of 8. And yet, my sickness was not considered to be part of why I could not do well in studies. And it was just a rough, tough life that I lived. I have a brother and 3 sisters, and I was expected to be their role model. And that made things worse because our culture is very comparative. You know, we try to get a Benz car experience out of a Maruti 800. And that's exactly what they want, is they push and push and push. And just imagine going to a hospital and the doctor says before surgery, he says, I never wanted to be a doctor, but I was pushed to be a doctor, so come let me operate you. That's the last doctor I want to meet as such. But I wonder how many of us are truly happy and content with the profession where we are at. And I was pushed and pushed and I could not. I studied in Kendriya Vidyalaya NAL school. They never had a single failure in that school, and I was going to create history by being the first ever failure of the school. So they called my parents and they said, if you agree to take your son off this school, we will give him a pass certificate. So diplomatically, I was kicked out of the school. This is who I was. Nobody wanted me. Nobody cared. They treated me like nothing. I was humiliated. I was one of those who never wanted to show even my arm. I was so weak. And it was a co-education school, but the teacher didn't even bother or care about emotions of a useless child. So she forced me and she brought me in front of the class, in a biology class when I was in 9th standard. And she made me take off my shirt in front of boys and girls. It was the most humiliating day for me when she asked the entire class to come and count the number of ribs on my body. This is India. They only think about the smart, but they've forgotten about those who have not done well because the society has put a certain term. Now, all kinds of people want to be my friends. Went and performed in Nigeria. The president looked at me, and when he saw me play the guitar, immediately he came up to the stage, he hugged me and he says, Benny, you have to come home for dinner. Today is my 72nd birthday. What a cheap form of relationship that is. Just because he saw my talent, he wants to have dinner with me. Such relationships start in the morning and end in the evening. And I'll tell you, true friendship is friendship that people want to invest, not trying to get anything in return. And for me at 16, having completely broken down in every area of my life, studies, health, even music. I went for music lessons when I was 15. And on the first day, the guitar teacher told me, please don't come back anymore. He said, you have no qualities and talents of music. So I felt so depressed, so worthless in life, having nothing to look forward for. All that was left was comparison at home, at school, in society. And I contemplated to commit suicide. And at the lowest point of my life at 16 is when I had an encounter with Jesus Christ. This is a statement I mention everywhere I go. I can never forget it. Being completely broken, and I just wanted to quit life. And I heard the voice of Jesus saying, Benny, even though you are called useless, I still need you. I can transform your life and make you a new person. And I gave my broken life. And today I'm a transformed person. And yet, you have all kinds of people who want to come and be your friend. But at 16, I was a complete broken mess and nobody wanted. But this transformation took me further. And then in 2004, when I was invited to play at the Olympic Games in Greece for the official welcoming of South African athletes, they strictly told me that you cannot share your story, your faith, your journey. We just want your music. But I'll tell you what is good with regards to entertainment if I cannot inspire somebody. Inspiration without conviction is mere entertainment. But I really want to be a person who can really inspire people and bring conviction so that that can bring change in the society as such. And that's when I asked God to help me to design a guitar the world has never seen, so that this guitar will attract the athletes to come and look at the guitar and ask me questions. And in turn, I could share my story back to them. So that's how this guitar came into existence. Until today, it is the world's first and only guitar with drums inside. There's never been a guitar like this. If a broken, useless, written off person like me could design something like this, how much more you can do with the education that you possess? How much more you can do with the experiences that you have? Please make the best use of what you have to uplift the society and to bring a change in our society. Enjoy this piece that I played at the Olympics called My Jesus, My Savior. Well, having traveled so much, let me show you my passport. This is my one passport. You can show the picture, I guess. Yes, so that's my one passport. It's a combination of, I'm sorry, all my time is going off for the clappings, I guess. But let's not clap till the very end of the next piece, please. Thank you. And this is one passport, which is a combination of 14 books. And my favorite part is at the immigration desk. When I travel, I go there and I put my passport there, and the officer looks at it and he says, "Sir, please don't come as a family, come one person at a time." When I tell him that I am this one person, he's completely shocked. But I'll tell you, it's an Indian passport. I'm very proud to be an Indian. But there are challenges being an Indian. That challenge is not the reason why you should quit. When I look at my first passport, 19th of February 2002 is when I had this divine call from God to travel to every country and to make a difference. I took my first flight from Delhi to Moscow. I arrived. In Moscow, they asked me for a bribe of $50. But you know, I'm an Indian and I'm a Christian. I don't give a bribe. Because I refused to give a bribe, they detained me in the airport for 30 hours. And after 30 hours, they deported me back to India. What a glorious opening ceremony I had. But today, when I look at this passport, and when I look at this map, today I've learned, don't allow problems to become your circumstance to quit. Let not your beginning shape the way you end. Let not your starting shape the way you finish. I had a challenging start, but that did not end. And on 22nd of November 2010, I arrived in my last country, Pakistan. That's another story, how I made it to Pakistan. And I broke 6 world records. And one of them is I became the fastest man in the history to travel to every country in the shortest time, 245 nations, including Antarctica, in 6 years, 6 months, and 22 days. If this, if, if this is what a broken person could achieve, you have such amazing potential out there. But that potential may it not be used for making money or for earning fame. May it be used for making a difference in somebody else's life. So having traveled to all these places, one of the countries I went to was Pitcairn Island. I did the first concert in 200 years. You should go and search for a map which has Pitcairn Island. It's so far away. From the nearest airport, it takes 2 days by boat, but the boat is available only once in 3 months. So I did the first ever concert in 200 years. At the concert, the organizer came and said, "Sir, this is the largest gathering we have ever had." I said, "What do you mean?" They said, "The entire population of the country is 66 people. And 52 people have come to the concert. That is 80% of the country has come to watch you as such." So these are my experiences that I've seen. And I want to just thank God for creating me the way I am. Now, having traveled to every country, I have no more countries left. I've been to 257 countries, debt-free. And having traveled, I went back to God and I said, "God, what do you want to do with my life? Because this is not my time to sit down and just become another conference speaker. But I just want to do something back to my city, Bangalore, and make a difference in the lives of the students who want to quit life." 10% of the suicide in Bangalore is between the age group of 10 to 14. Shocking what our education is doing. Just education is not enough. Without moral, ethical, religious standards in our life, where do we go? So God inspired me to build a cafe called Chai 316, CHAI 316. Chai 316 is an amazing cafe with a 400 seating capacity. And it's located near Christi Jayanti College in Kothanur. And if God willing, first week of July, we'll start off. This is a cafe where only tea is served. The cafe looks like this. So only tea is served. The price of the tea will be decided by the students. All the counselors or volunteers will be trained as waiter and waitresses. As they serve chai, the goal is to build relationships, sit down, listen, and share the love and the value that these young people go. Our goal is 80% listening and 20% talking. The best part of the cafe is the toilets. So this is how the toilets would look. Everything is so musical. A young boy came and said, "Uncle, the toilet looks so good, I don't feel like using it actually." But everything is done to value, and that is what I want to do. I'm going to end all my travels to go and invest into the lives of young people to make a difference. If that is what a broken life could do, how much more you can do with your educated, healthy life that you have as such. Let me close by playing a song that I played at the Paralympic Games as part of Dada Fest. This is a pan flute. I only have 40% lungs. 60% got damaged because of wrong medication. That was not the reason why I should quit. Challenges became a stepping stone with the help of God. If God can give me strength with 40% lungs to play the pan flute, there's nothing impossible. I just play a short portion of this song, "There Can Be Miracles." River, please. Thank you very much.